first pull on the Craftworks SI. Stupid rich all the way across, but then it appears to go lean right here, but it did a backflip. It spun, so I'm not gonna believe that. But that was a third gear pull with the tires spinning, 326 horsepower, 198 foot-pounds of torque, and we touched 13.3 PSI. It needs some work. We're gonna get it there. All right, we have determined the dyno wideband is FUBER. It's fucked up. All right, there's what we saw that time, 389. 244 for torque. Nice clean graph. Did that fourth gear pull and it just had more load, more boost. Made 14 PSI that time. Not gonna go much farther on power. Just gonna try to clean up the graph. Not the power graph, but clean up the air fuels a little bit and send it. That's good power for the weather we're in today. It's humid as fuck and it's hot. All right, we got another upload going on here in the middle of it. Hopefully this will be the last horsepower pull. Hadn't took a lot on this car, as I've done quite a few of them, and yeah, that gave me a good head start. But yeah, last pull, it's gonna be cooled off. Hopefully the numbers jump up a little bit, but if it doesn't, it's not gonna worry me. This thing will be nice and safe. That's what I want. It's making good power in my opinion. Well, cooler intake temps did not help it. I added a little more fuel to stabilize the air fuels, but the dyno wideband is not working. That time we got 383 and 244 for torque, but also our outside temp went up and it feels a whole lot hotter in here than that. I'm sweating my balls off. But that'll be it for horsepower pulls, because that was nice and clean, no issues. I'm gonna finish Power Throttle and take her out on the road, make sure she's okay. Stupid drive-by-wire vehicles. Just make sure that Power Throttle's good, but other than that, we're pretty much done here. Say bye-bye.
I can tell. Yeah, it gets up and goes pretty good.
I didn't get the Craft fourth though, missed it. They look going pretty good in third. We got Greg's H22 on the dyno, rod and piston motor, sleeve, with a raggedy ass leaky turbo. The turbo is the downfall of this thing. Nice car, shitty turbo. Base pull, off gate pressure, which is a whopping 12 PSI. We saw 377 horsepower and 293 foot-pounds of torque. Nice clean graph. You can see where boost goes up, falls off, and says fuck you. We don't like that. We need to keep going. I don't even think Greg's seen that yet. He gonna cry. Oh, it's quitting time. It's quitting time. Go home time. Got the door shut. This car is a fucked up. Battery's not charging. Have all kind of voltage issues. I'm gonna come in the morning and try to finish figuring it out. I added a power wire straight from the alternator into the 12-volt source that goes to the harness, and my computer is now getting the right voltage. The alternator and the battery have always been getting the right voltage. I found out my ECU was only getting like 10 volts. Injector's only getting 10 volts. Yeah, we're resolving that. We want this car to run correctly, not half-ass. So I'll come in the morning and fix that shit, but that's it for now. Say bye to the H deuce deuce. Jeremy got this Prelude in, motor job. Customer already had the motor out. Supplied us with this, what looks like to be a hunk of junk, but about to do a leak down test, see if it's worthwhile putting it in. Be back once we get this number 1 cylinder set up. Cylinder numero 10. No good. Whoops. Well, Jeremy tapped on the valves and got it a little better, as you can see. Maybe he can demonstrate that. It's a little trick. Sometimes when the motor's setting, you can tap the valve and beat some carbon buildup off of it. But up here, this one, she's just too far gone. We've brought her to life a little bit. Up. That. This one ain't no good.
Go to the next one.
Well, cylinder 2, still no bueno. Coming up a little bit.
The head needs to come off this car.
Head job, if the customer says so.
I might as well find out.
Ain't no need to go no farther.
I don't know, let's check the rest of them.
Cylinder 4. This is a good motor, bro.
It's funny, all of them.
Cylinder 3, we spun this thing backwards, so it's the last one. No bueno. No bueno. All right, talk to the customer. Heads off. Going to the machine shop. Everything else appears fine. Jeremy putting the clutch on the S2000 motor and putting the trans on. This piece of junk, Greg's piece of junk. It's a working. Spent all morning doing some wiring. Look at that voltage we got now. Woo! We got voltage. Voltage goes up when the RPMs go up as well. Finally whooped this damn thing's ass. Now I can just tune it. Piece of junk is fixed. Alright, first pull on this thing since we fixed the wiring problems. I had to go over the tune and get her back right. Now that the injectors are seeing full voltage, it's a lot different. But Greg did notice this turbo compressor housing is just puking oil. I don't know if I can get the camera down there safely, but I'm gonna try. We're gonna move on into this pole, see what she do. I did a third gear pull that time. not quite sure where the air fuels were going to be, and that's a good thing because it did go a little bit lean. I stayed in it because it was not dangerously lean. We saw about 12.3. This time, the injectors, computer, everything's getting the correct voltage. The tune is still not there on point yet, but we saw 404 for that run, 279 for torque to the wheels, and that is on the same PSI 13. Just need to straighten up these air fuels. Alright, that was a 4th gear pull. 403 to the tire for power, 320 for torque. Reason being, way more mid-range. Look at how boost comes in and it falls off. Got a little bit of spots to clean up as far as air fuels. And we might turn the boost controller up a little bit, but other than that, we're almost there. That's the end of this. Greg noticed on that last pull when I let out, the tensioner down there is not happy. It's the factory hydraulic tensioner, and this car's been sitting for a long time. Because I'm pretty sure the old owner couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with the charging system. But the hydraulic tensioner, the seals are gone in it, the hydraulic fluids come out of it, and it has lost tension. We don't want the belt to jump, so we're done here. We didn't make any more power that pull. That was just after straightening up the air fuels, and they did get a little bit richer there, but still needs work. But until the timing tensioner comes in tomorrow morning, so now we're on day 3 of this thing, or going into day 3. Once the timing tensioner comes in, we'll fix that, and we'll finish this tune-up. So Scratch taking this off. I found a timing tensioner, and we're back in business. No more rattling coming from it. Still a pull. That last pull, 417 to the tire for power, 325 for torque. Got to clean the air fuels up a bit. We saw 1 more PSI out of that pull. Not sure why. I think it's just because it cooled off while we were fixing the timing tensioner issue. All right, other than part throttle and clean up the idle a little bit, we're done with this thing. No more power pulls. The car was hotter, but that's our final number. 407 on 13 pounds. Torque 322. Air fuels for the red run. Right on point. We're done with this bad boy. If Greg will spend some money and put a turbo on here, some injectors and some E85, this thing will be nice.
Just needs a tune.
Just needs a tune and a tie-dye shirt.